I gave Evan a jalapeno when he was like 1. Like just a diced one, like just a disc of one, and
On
gave it to him.
purpose?
Oh yeah,
Was he
100%.
to reward him or punish
How did
him?
he?
Punish someone else.
How do you handle it?
Not
Punish
great.
someone
Oh,
else.
Not great. But like, come on. I'm one day excited to not do anything anymore and just disappear.
What is
Because
that? Retirement? That's what you're looking
just
forward
as
to?
people, I just realized that the world is just nothing but psychos, and I want to live in North Dakota. So we do this show. It's called like reading the room. The concept of reading the room. Okay. And knowing when to and when not to bring something up. And I got to tell you, the JSS numbers are excellent.
Good.
18 to 24, 35, 54, people 18 plus, but no one comes close to our socially uncomfortable autistic 8 plus. No one comes anywhere close.
I know you see it more than I do on the comedy side, but on the sports side, the people that come up and are like, "Hey, I'm a big fan." They're usually people that you would not want to ever associate with.
He started. You're the fucking best, Rob. This guy started the conversation. Cheers to you.
Vodka and pineapple juice.
All right, good. Oh man, you shouldn't have wasted all that pineapple juice. So I was telling Joe, speaking of shit timing in reading the room, this guy Friday, he comes up at the beginning of the show at a place called Reckless Shepherd.
This is a live
event. This is the purple thing we're doing with the Ravens. Today's show's going to be there. This thing was a banger. This guy, Chris, that put it together.
Yeah.
It might be one of my new favorite places we ever broadcast.
Okay.
From. Well, this dude, he comes up to the table and we get a lot of this. I even took some creeper photos of this. I'm going to show you some photos of one we did about a week prior during that snowstorm. And I'm not going to put anybody in specifically, but this was at Jimmy's. Hold on one second. I just want to give an example here. This guy at Jimmy's right here wouldn't get the fuck away from the table. Okay.
Yes, I see.
Post it up.
I see. That's the equipment, and that's him.
Yes,
I'm familiar.
Okay.
Table hoverer.
This guy right here.
Table side service.
The minute one was gone, this guy would come.
Yeah.
And he just wouldn't go away. And I'm like, got you, bud. You see me putting on the headphones. I'm like, all right, guys, come in. And by the way, if you see me in a live event, I go, all right, we're coming back in 20.
Yeah.
I never do that. That's not a thing we do.
Yeah, right.
That's all right, I'm letting you know.
Yep.
Shut the fuck up. We need to go and do the show.
Well, I do that a lot on Ravens Walk because people are always coming up to try to talk to me. And I always go like this. I put my finger up and I like, hey, I have headphones on, right?
Keep talking.
I can't do that. A guy came up to me this week. It's never happened before. Okay. I've been on Ravens Walk since 2018. This has never happened before. A guy came up and goes, hey, will you play Sabotage? I said, what?
What?
He goes, will you play Sabotage by the Beastie Boys? I said, well, this is a sports show.
Find the tip, Joe.
You know what he said? He goes, nobody wants to hear that.
No one's
I go,
interested.
no, you're wrong.
Was that Robbie?
It's exactly right. It's exactly what they want to hear.
So this guy comes up at the beginning of Reckless Shepherd, and he's doing nobody played it, and he did one of the first things that gets on my nerves, and I got to start to realize it's me, and my patience is becoming. I mean, it's becoming threadbare. My patience is threadbare these days. So, like, if you ask me too many questions about a comedy show, what time should we get there? Will there be parking? Is there food? Fucking block. I can't deal with you. You can't handle adult outings. Well, this guy did another one of mine, and that's this one right here. Buddy, I'm a big fan of the show. I got to tell you, I've been listening to you guys since Sarah Fleischer was on the air. And let me tell you, bud.
I got it.
No, you're going to go with what I went through. Wouldn't fucking let go.
Yeah.
He won't let go. And he starts talking to me about we sent him to Jamaica back in 1983.
83.
I was like, damn, that was I was 4 years old. Station was just new, and we did this thing. And he goes, yeah. And I also went another trip in 1986, but I went alone. I'm like, oh, okay. What happened? Hey, people move on from people. And he tells me this is at 5:20. We're going on at 5:30.
Oh, it's early.
He's there. He's there immediately.
Can you tell me the celebrity he most resembles?
2024 Randy Quaid.
Okay, got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
He goes and starts talking to me about we sent him on a trip to the islands where he and his wife got violently ill from a waterborne parasite
Oh,
that
shit.
hospitalized them when they got back. Fucking killed her.
Well,
Wait
I
a minute.
mean,
What? This was in '83. Him and his wife. By the way, they were what, newlyweds? He's must have been in his 20s at that
that
time.
was the prime
Oh.
for Randy Quaid.
He was this man was he was up there, had his nicest gray sweats on, and
Ah.
then he
Is
said
he
he
still
won
he's still blaming 98 Rock.
the trip we sent him on. Killed him.
Well,
but-
I mean, he's given a little right.
How
I
about
mean-
the country you sent him to?
And you could tell that he's told this story to 1,000 people that A, didn't want to hear it, B, didn't
Right.
need to hear it.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, I'm going to tell you this right now because I need to impart this fucking
Right.
darkness into your world.
Oh wait,
Now-
Randolph wants to get his information. He wants
Yeah.
to take up the lawsuit.
Yeah, exactly.
So-
Please, WiseLawMD.com. He'll
So
take
then
care of you.
it's like, okay, and then you're
What's
on
the
the air.
statute of limitations on
Yeah.
shitting yourself to death?
So now you're on the air. Okay.
I'm going on in 10 minutes,
Okay.
and he then follows up with so that's why you went alone on the trip in 1986 that you won. And everyone after.
Yeah.
I'm like, Jesus.
He's
Hey,
never found love.
Okay.
He never found love.
Hold on. Let's just. In 1983, he goes on a 98 Rock trip where his wife gets sick and dies.
Mhm.
3 years later, he's like, you know what? Let's do another trip.
Let's go again. Let's go again.
Yeah.
You think you'd be done with
Can
that?
I
You know
tell
what?
you
I
something
got
else?
the stomach for it. I got the stomach.
So I assume he went on this trip. Was it maybe a spring fling kind of thing?
This was completely different. He won it through some contest. No one at the station went.
So I'm
it was
wondering.
just him. Have
I'm
fun, let
wondering
us
when
know
he
you get
went
back.
because in October of that year, the Baltimore Orioles won the World Series.
Yeah.
That helped him get
So-
over it.
So yes, his wife
Good
died,
news, bad news.
but
Yeah.
also it's the last
But
time
also
they
Eddie
ever
Murray
hoisted.
had
Right,
5
exactly.
home
Yeah.
runs.
Well, I don't know. Maybe that helped soothe his soul, but I do know that every conversation and dinner that he had in the islands afterwards was with himself or who was one table over because he went alone. Hey, you guys have a great show.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, think about people that went on that second trip and they're all coupled up.
Mhm.
That guy sits down.
Oh, you came by yourself?
Yeah.
Well, it's funny you mentioned
It's
it.
an interesting
It was
story.
3 years ago. This place murdered my wife. Yeah.
Yeah. I can't
So,
stress
pass
enough.
the fucking.
If you come to a DLP event or like
Yeah.
a 98 Rock thing, like leave
no one's died.
leave the fucking darkness in the car.
Yeah.
Like we're about to go do a comedy show.
Mhm.
Like, and I get it. Sometimes it's well-meaning and you kind of need somebody to talk to. Stretch out on a sofa, not
Yeah.
the guy that carries the script on stage wearing an old outfit that
Yeah.
he should have ironed before the event. Because I mean, I've had people that come and be like, "Hey, man, I really needed a night like tonight. Like, good man. You know, I'm glad you came
Cool.
out. Thanks for coming out. My son just died of cancer. Fuck! What do you want me to do with that? I'm about to go on stage and I'm thinking about a fucking kid
Hey,
Yeah.
can I
that
tell
didn't
you?
get to meet Cena in time.
I have another story about the broadcast. A guy, he's standing there waiting to talk to me, just standing there. And finally, after I finally get to a break, I walk over and go, yeah. He goes, hey, my father-in-law, who I love very much, Frank Bickerstaff, he just lost a battle with cancer, 3-year battle. Could you give him a shout out on the air?
Yeah.
And I said, no.
No.
I can't.
I did. I said, no.
Dude, this happened.
I'm starting to know why the Ravens.
I said, no,
lost.
I won't.
Zip.
I won't do it.
I'm not going to do that. I'm
No.
not going to do that. Somebody Trojan horsed this bullshit
He goes, wait a
into
second.
one of our shows once. Remember the lady doing Sing
Yes.
for Your Life?
That wasn't our fault. She went up and she sabotaged.
Yes.
No, but
She
she
did.
went in there and sabotaged and
It's where,
dedicated.
it's where you can do like karaoke in the middle of the show, and she dedicated this song to her. So
By the way, how about this?
Jesus.
You would never,
Hilarious.
you would never think that lady who went up and said this was my son's favorite song and sang "Wind Beneath My Wings" or whatever the fuck she sang. She didn't win. The
No.
audience decides
Yeah.
who the best is, and she did not win.
Well,
Hey,
I think it was the guy that sang the remix to Ignition.
Yes. Yeah.
Hot and spicy.
They're like,
McChicken.
we
Yeah.
don't like her,
Right.
and
No.
we don't care that
We
her
like the
son's
guy
there.
who did the
Yeah.
rapist song.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're trying to have a good time.
We like the guy that didn't bum us out
Right.
into wanting to go to church tomorrow. You've
So-
saddened me to such a degree.
Let me tell you a crazy ass story that is a little bit, when you're dealing with the public. How about that? So
I fucking hate
Katie is on her way. We're meeting at my nephew Holden's basketball game. Okay. And I'm coming from the station. By the way, this is yesterday.
people. Thank you.
This
You're welcome.
isn't, this isn't a lot. This is yesterday.
Okay.
Okay.
This is
Okay.
hot off the press.
This-
Just happened.
Right. And so she goes, oh shit, I got to get gas. So she pulls off into the Shell station, right? As you leave our house, as you
Mhm.
go up the road. And there's a lady who's in between the two pumps. You can't, so nobody can go in behind her. Nobody can go in front of her.
So she's
Hate that.
okay.
And Katie's like, what the
The
fuck's going
pump
So
sabotage.
she's sitting there and she said, then she just goes over to, and all of a sudden this guy comes over and goes, what the hell's this lady's problem, right? What's your problem? And he's apparently this big, intimidating guy or whatever. And she's just sitting there in the car. She's not moving. So Katie starts pumping her gas, and she looks over at Katie, and she motions, come here.
Oh, no.
She motions her over. Katie's like, no. Right? Now, Katie's on the phone with me. I go over.
Yeah, Joe's like, we need a story for the
That's
podcast.
exactly what I said. I
go gather intel.
I go over. I go,
roll tape on this.
I go, is she intimidating? She goes, no, she looks like a tiny little, 100-pound Karen. I go over. Okay. So Katie goes over and she goes, yeah. She goes, someone's following me. Okay. So Katie's like, what the fuck? No, why am I here? Right?
The fuck?
She said,
now
what?
Katie's involved. Good job, Joe.
She goes, someone's following me. She goes, do you want me to call the police? She goes, no, but my phone's dead. Can you follow me to my house? Okay. And I'm like,
what the
what?
hell?
And I go, so Katie's like, well, I'll give you my number and I'll follow your neighborhood and then you can just pull in, right? So Katie's following her.
How far is it?
Not far. Okay, not far. But I go,
it's in Hanover, Pennsylvania.
I go, is anybody following you guys? She goes, there's nobody following us. Now, by the way, she said this woman is either legitimately terrified or she's the next Daniel Day-Lewis. Those are your choices.
So
she's terrified.
Did she think it was just a random person following, or did she think it was someone that she suspects was following?
Katie goes, what happened? She goes, it's a long story. So Katie's like, okay.
Now I'm interested.
Right. Now I want to know, right? I go, hey, find that fucking story out.
Yeah.
Find that story out. Find out what happened. So Katie follows her. She follows her all the way to her apartment.
Okay.
Okay. No one's anywhere near them. There's no one following them at all. Right.
There's no trail car.
No, but the girl is obviously not. This isn't
Is
some
she like
sort
running
of
red lights like you do.
This isn't right. This isn't some sort of scam. This woman is fucking terrified. She's terrified. And Katie goes, all right, well, look, I'm going to watch you go in, but when your phone's charged, please, I want you to call me and let me know everything's okay. Now, all I really want her is to find out this fucking story. The girl never calls.
Who's following? Nothing, but
we don't get to know.
So she's probably dead.
She's probably dead.
She's not with us anymore.
She didn't make it.
A lot of death on this episode.
But meanwhile, I don't know,
and we're not done, by the way.
No, we're just getting started.
There's another death.
She said that she didn't look like she was dressed in athletic gear. She didn't look like too
attractive.
She looked normal.
She said she was very petite.
Yeah, she was petite. I didn't ask her if she was attractive.
Have you ever thought someone was following you?
No,
I don't think so. Of course.
Meanwhile, the way I drive, somebody should probably follow me. She'd probably get pissed.
Yeah.
I swear to God, on at least 5 occasions, somebody's rolled down their window at me and started screaming at me. And I rolled down my window and go, listen, I'm a bad driver.
Bad?
Yeah, I go, I'm a bad. What am I supposed to? I'm sorry. I mean, I'm a bad driver. What do you want to beat me up?
Yeah.
And they go, and then they just roll their windows up every time it's worked.
Have you ever had anybody ask you to be their boyfriend out in public? Like, act like you know me.
Oh, no.
I've heard stories,
or in private.
Yeah, that's never happened.
Yeah, definitely doesn't happen.
Fake or real.
Doesn't happen in Cape St. Clair, I can tell you that. But I've heard stories like that. Like, hey, I need you to act like my boyfriend. I'm going to put my arm around you. It's not happened to me.
Yeah.
But
you've heard about
I've heard
that,
stories of just like a woman.
I'm like, well, if I were your boyfriend, we'd be making out.
But your boy loves
to. We gotta keep this real.
And then you attack her.
Yeah, I'd have my
she
hand
bumps
on your
into
ass.
a worse
Right.
person.
Yes.
Someone even more awful.
Are you familiar with the stripper whisperer?
Yeah.
My girlfriend's usually buying me drinks, so I don't know what you're doing.
My girlfriend loves to stir my rum and coke with her finger.
Yeah, so we
Stir.
never found out what happened, but Archbishop
Scary.
Spalding did beat John Carroll. Katie's alma mater. That did happen.
That's important then.
Yeah.
That's good. So
I hear her coaching endeavor didn't really go well. She did her damnedest, but
yeah, I mean, I don't know. Katie's coaching 4-year-olds in basketball. They did play a game. They lost by 6.
She did her
her
damnedest by the sound of it, though.
They lost by 6, 6-0. That was a score. That was the score.
Wow,
Of the
it seems like
Hey,
a fun game.
A better score than Evan's last soccer game that had him never return to the pitch. Remember that?
Right?
The fucking Venezuelan kids that came
Oh,
in
yeah.
yeah, you
Yeah.
had no
and
chance.
just
Right.
ran a train on that team. 30-0 or whatever it was, like the mercy roll. There's nothing you could have
If
done.
somebody's kid is on a great team, why is everybody we're associated with on
None.
shit teams?
None.
Because I remember when I was a kid, I used to play sports for Arden on the
Mhm.
Severn. And you know, like there's clinics and or the community league, and then the best players go and they play in the travel league, right?
Right.
Well, Arden only had everybody made the team because there wasn't enough people. So the team was shit.
Of course.
And we used to play this team.
I'm sorry, did you say the sport?
Baseball, basketball,
All the
not
sports.
soccer. That was different.
What were you best at?
Me, basketball. But
I'd have guessed that.
But
I would not have guessed that.
no, Rob's seen me play
Yeah.
basketball. I'm not a bad basketball
I was
player.
best at soccer and basketball.
Yeah, I'm not a bad basketball player. Anyway, or wasn't. Now I'm an old man.
No, you're pretty
right?
good.
Yeah. So, but we used to play this team called Gork. Gamble's
Yes.
Odenton Rec something or another, whatever it is, community, whatever.
Sounds like a band Tommy listens to.
Yes.
They used to beat the fuck out of
Yeah.
us. Seriously, I remember
you got gorked.
I remember one time, no lie. I remember playing Gork one time. They were beating us in basketball so badly that they were letting us go down and they weren't playing defense. They were
Oh
staying
my
on the
God, because they knew you weren't going to make the shot.
No,
or-
because they were winning 50-2.
Why
or
play
whatever the score was.
defense? Yeah.
And they were letting us go down and score. They were
Oh, that's
letting
got to be
Joe
just
still shot 3 for 12 that day.
Yeah. demoralizing.
Yeah, it
At
was
the
pretty
very least,
it was
they-
pretty bad.
Did
Yeah.
they try and? I mean, did they put up any kind of a fake effort or?
No. And I'm telling you, there was one time I never forget. Shout out my buddy Tom Tyler. You know,
T-square.
even then, you had pride, right?
Yeah.
So they were letting us go down and score. And I remember the next thing I looked at him, and there's a fucking single tear running down his. He's like, I'm so pathetic. We're so pathetic that the other team is not defending us.
Yeah.
You know me? I was like, yes,
Yay!
I got scored.
God.
I got it in the fucking box score.
And you turn around, other side of the court, they're all sharing a smoke. Great job, Joe. Excellent. You got a light. I was on the. I think I've told you guys this before. I was on the wrestling team for one day.
Oh, you were?
And I couldn't hack it.
Okay.
It was bad. My friend Danny Waddell and I, we joined the wrestling team, 9th grade, East Bay McDonough High School, and just the drills I couldn't handle. The one thing that they had is that we had a handicap ramp hallway in our school. McDonough, not the fancy one in Baltimore, the shitty one in the swamp in Waldorf, had the most ridiculous handicap ramp you've ever seen. I don't know who designed this thing.
Something like something Sean White would be on.
I'd have to show you this thing. It's about twice the length of your house, and it goes up one way, up another way, and up one more time to get you from the first to the second.
So you
level.
got to actually kind of work.
It's got to be 100 yards. And kids would like to go in there and like hang out at the far end
Right.
and do whatever because they had steps, no elevator. So, I mean, this ramp was ridiculous.
Right.
But the wrestling team would have you put somebody similar weight on your back and you'd run
Oh,
to the top of
shoot.
this thing,
Fuck that.
sprint down, and then you jump on another guy's back and he would run you up there and you would run down. And then you had to do these things called Turkish squats, where squats, you swung your arms around a little bit. 2 hours in, I'm throwing up. I can't do it. It's awful.
Right.
I can't. I never even got fitted for a singlet. I don't even know what my weight was. I
You
never
quit
wrestled.
because of the initial workout.
The training brutalized me. I was dizzy. I was
Do
nauseous.
you remember what
did the
weight
right thing.
you were planning on wrestling? Do you
Never
remember
even
that?
got around to it.
Yeah.
I would probably be weighing in like the 117 range to cut to it. But your story about them just checking out on you, Danny says that there was this kid in the group, and I guess he was going to go on to be a Kurt Angle, a Brock Lesnar looking fucking guy. He'd let 2 dudes take him on at once, and would fucking knock each one into the dirt every time.
If you're really
Same
bigger and
size.
stronger, it's not that hard to beat 2 people.
No,
if you still-
if they're the same size as you,
Right.
you know, you'd figure
Yeah.
if they can't punch you, you can't punch them. You figure you'd be able to just put them in a full Nelson with
It's
their.
like, go ahead, both of you at once,
them out.
and
Yeah.
just, I mean, imagine that.
I just saw Cell Block Brawl at Cell Block 99. Is it
Oh,
like
man.
that?
Yeah, I did. I love it. And if anybody happens to beat the shit out of you the way that Vince Vaughn does behind bars
Yeah.
in prison, you might have a case. You're going to want to get a hold of
Nice.
RiceLimD.com. Hey, it's Justin here from the DLP Agenda, and from time to time you hear us coming on, having some fun alongside our friend Randolph Rice and everybody at Rice, Mirtha, Pesaurus. But I want to make sure you know, what we love and appreciate about Rice, Mirtha, and Pesaurus, your personal injury lawyers.
They're the absolute best. They have 120 years of combined trial lawyer experience in Maryland state and federal court. I want you to get a hold of them 24 hours a day if you need a personal injury lawyer by calling 301-753-3440. That's 301-753-3440. Or again, go to ricelawmd.com. They are ready to fight for the best possible outcome in your case at Rice, Murtha, and Pesaurus. So contact them today. Schedule a free case review and schedule a time to sit down and talk about your challenging legal issues. Tell them the DLP agenda sent you. Rice, Murtha, and Pesaurus, ricelawmd.com, your official injury lawyers.
You're listening to the DLP agenda.
It's very professionally done there.
Thank you.
Justin Schlegel. Back on the road with Koechner. We're added some dates this summer. Nashville, excited about that. Just came back from Toledo. Surprisingly good place to do comedy at.
Oh, really?
Well, it's a funny about it. I've been there.
They have
them.
them. They have a AAA baseball team.
There you go. I didn't know. What are they called?
The Mud Hens, I
yes,
believe.
you're right.
Yeah.
I've heard of them.
It's the most AAA sounding name I've ever heard.
I noticed with Koechner, if it's a place that they value his celebrity more in these like sort of like medium-sized towns.
Yeah.
You know,
It's a big deal when he shows up.
it's a bigger deal.
In LA, that's why we're cool in Winchester.
Yes,
Right.
We're a big deal in Winchester.
Potential show title. But-
And just quick aside, real quick, how fucking jacked is he about the Chiefs?
Kansas
City
was
boy.
so jacked, and he wasn't particularly confident. He was like, because we were going over it because he asked me a lot of Ravens questions. Like,
Yeah.
this Flowers kid's really good. I'm like, yeah. So he was, I wouldn't say he was, unconfident, but he was more confident last week against Buffalo. So,
Yeah.
he's more confident going forward, I think, San Francisco. But we, you talked about this, Justin, how we like to go out and do things, experience things.
Yeah, I love it.
And one of the things we like to do is go to like a restaurant that is not like a chain restaurant.
Yeah.
So there's this place called, went there last time, Hangover Easy. It's just like a breakfast place open from like 8 to 2 p.m.,
Okay.
And it's it's good vibes. They have a little Mexican flair with like other dishes like churro waffles, and it's just there's good,
awesome,
good energy.
Churro waffles.
And it's not very big, so we went in there, and he went there the day before, and I was not feeling well, so I slept in. But the next day we go over there, and it's Saturday morning, like 10:30. It's probably the bad time to go because it's packed, and we're just getting tired of waiting, and it's really too many people in there. But it's got good vibes, good energy. We're like, this is all right, but let's go somewhere else. We're getting impatient. And there's a Bob Evans at the other end of this town center. I'm like, yeah, it's not that cold. We can walk a little bit.
Eggs.
Right.
Yeah.
And we walk in there, and it just was so fucking sad. It had, first of all, there's people waiting, but it's not busy. So there's that. They're just understaffed. It's just lifeless. And the music, it's the shittiest fucking country music. Literally, the song is, there ain't nothing that a beer can't fix. I'm like, actually, a beer can fix almost nothing.
Yeah.
That's a horrible statement. Sorry about your cancer.
But we're
Here's
trying.
a Bud Light. It doesn't, okay. So
We've splashed Bud on it. Nothing's
apparently
happening.
it's not fixed.
We've soaked the tumor in Corona.
Your tire's still flat. I put this beer on it. But so we look around, everyone in there is just fucking miserable. And we're looking at the merch. They sell merchandise.
Oh, yeah.
This is a fucking sweatshirt. It says, life is butter with hotcakes.
Did you buy it?
We're like, who the fuck buys this shit? A minute later, guy walks up, buys a Getting Piggy with It t-shirt.
Well, be damned.
I mean,
You got 4XL?
yes. First of all, Getting Jiggy with It is the play on that, which is a 25-year-old song, which is the worst song maybe of all time. It's that's the bigger stand of Will Smith's career than the fucking Oscars. Is that stupid ass song? Okay,
That's the worst. That's the worst song.
I think it's
pretty bad.
It's the worst Will Smith song.
Yeah.
It's one of the worst rap songs.
I would argue, and not this is the direction we're going, that I just called to say I love you is the worst song.
Okay, I think Getting Jiggy with It is worse.
You think it's worse
because white people started to say that like it was cool.
Yeah.
Is Mambo number 5 in the
the reason,
discussion?
obviously, Mambo number 5, the Electric Slide, those songs are horrible. But the reason I say I just called to say I love you is because it's Stevie Wonder.
Yes,
Is
you
what I'm
expect
saying?
more.
Right, it's Stevie Wonder, the guy who
you talked about this on the pregame, and Val says, "I love."
Oh yeah, that's right. We talked about it. Yes,
it's the only Stevie Wonder song she knows.
Yes.
So, and we're literally like, why are we like? This is our lives. Like,
did you leave? You'd already left the other place.
I'll get to that. A couple walks in, the woman's in a wheelchair. She's like 90.
Of course she is.
And we're like, you know what? We can't stay here. It's too. I will look on my phone. 3 blocks away, Waffle House.
Hell
Fuck
yeah.
yeah.
Went over there, got sat right away.
Yeah.
Had a waffle, saw a fucking knife fight. Much more. It was awesome. It was so much better than the Bob Evans. And it was like, why? Not that Waffle House is great, but it was like this. We can't eat here. This is too.
So I've only
fucking
eaten
depressing.
a Waffle House a few times.
I hadn't been there in years.
But dude, I love a Waffle House.
Absolutely.
It's way better than IHOP.
Yeah, never had a bad.
Way
meal.
better than Bob Evans.
Always quick.
Do you know my friend Pete and Waldorf's favorite restaurant is? And I mean, like, we go there to celebrate if a occurrence in his life happens.
Denny's?
Waffle House.
Cracker Barrel.
I do
hey.
love me some
He will
Cracker
go
Barrel.
to Cracker Barrel if someone
love
gets
me
out
some
of
Cracker
prison,
Barrel.
gets their GED, test results are negative. We're fucking going to Cracker Barrel. And he is
Listen,
into it.
he's not wrong.
No,
He's not
I
wrong.
love me.
Let me tell you
Now
something.
for
man.
breakfast, I don't really eat anything else.
Yeah, listen.
Is there a slight air, not in the restaurant, but in the gift shop, just a slight air of unacknowledged racism?
Oh yeah,
Just a
not.
hint
I
Yeah.
don't think it's slight.
Just a
Yeah.
I don't
hint
think
Yeah.
it's slight.
of like if we
No.
all went in there as a big
Right.
DLP family and Tim and Ariel are with us, I hold them close and
It's
go,
the amount of vodka that was in that vodka.
You're like, we
at
can't.
Bob's.
yeah.
we
Yeah.
can't go in there.
Yeah.
we can't.
No, I remember the last time I was there, they were selling nostalgic DVDs of old shows.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Cosby Show.
Oh yeah.
Cosby
Oh.
Show was in there.
Big-
You could get the
That's one of the good. That's another place that has the bad merchandise.
Yeah. Yeah.
So-
Justin, Mimi and I stopped at the Cracker Barrel on the way to Ocean City, and we watched a black couple,
oh boy.
Oh, what? Look,
sit
where's
down
this
at,
going?
at the same time as us.
Do you make a shirt that fits whites?
Never got waited on.
Oh,
Wow.
They
dude.
got left.
That's Maryland's Eastern Shore, right
Yeah.
over the bridge. That's 5 miles away from Annapolis.
But
I believe
anyway,
that was probably just circumstance.
it's just his family's favorite.
That's my
Yeah,
guess.
anyway, so Saturday night.
That's where the reception will be for the wedding. I'll never.
Speaking of black people, Saturday night after the show, I'm hanging out at the bar.
That might be a show
And,
title.
yeah.
Speaking of blacks.
So, first of all, I've never seen this situation in my life. There was a guy there.
God
This
damn.
is I'm sitting at one end of the bar. At the other end of the bar is chicks. They're being super loud. They're drunk. They're getting on the bar. They're just yelling and screaming. They're having a great time. I don't know what's going on over there.
Right.
I think one of the girls used to work there. But on the other side of the bar, it's me and this guy that I'd met there last time. Remember me? We started talking.
Yeah.
And I remembered him because his bartender's smoking hot. She's wearing my fucking Once You Go White t-shirt.
Right.
I'm like, you're dating that guy, but whatever. And then,
Good on you for putting that up,
Yes.
by the way. Good reaction to that.
yeah,
Saw some posts of
Yeah,
the shirt. with you in the
absolutely,
background. 'Cause
absolutely.
I know you sold that for a while now,
Yeah.
but I haven't seen a ton of clips of that. I think you gotta pimp that a little bit.
yeah, no, I got to start making
Good
that a
reaction.
thing. So
Yeah.
they, and then there's this black guy there, and then there's this white guy who's walking around holding a bottle of wine. It's open. He's drinking out of it, and he's offering it to people. Do you want to try this wine? I'm like,
No.
you're drinking out of
Fucking
it.
absolutely.
fucking
Is he
weird.
like lips to
Yes,
bot?
yes.
No.
It's a very weird vibe. And he starts talking to us, and he's talking to the black guy. And he's like, "Oh, you know Jasmine?" And he goes, "Yeah, I used to work with her." "Oh, that's my fiance." The girl on the other side that's being real loud. He goes, Can you go over there and just tell her that I'm cool?"
His own
What?
fiance.
Right. And I'm like, he goes, "All right." He walks over there, and me and the other guy are like, they're engaged. I don't.
Yeah.
Why do you need?
Why does it need to be vouched for? I
Yeah,
don't-
it's certified. You've
Right.
got it.
And then
Your hooks
he
in that
comes
fish's
back.
mouth.
He tells the other guy to do the same. I'm like, what's fucking happening?
Is he drunk?
He's drunk. He goes over. He talks to the girl. He leaves by himself.
They break up.
No, I think then the guy's like, yeah, he's his parents own some business. I think she's just marrying him for the money, and she doesn't give a fuck about him. She could not give a shit what he's doing. He's literally saying, "Can you tell my fiance that I'm cool?"
Yeah.
Hey, black guy, vouch for me.
Hey, tell her I'm
Yeah.
good looking.
Ah, admittedly,
Yes.
a black guy tells someone
Yeah.
else that you're cool. You're
Right.
fucking cool.
Speaking of that, so
Okay.
talking about football. I was the
Uh-huh.
day before the games. You know, we're who you like? Yeah. I started talking about the Ravens. I work for 90 Rock.
Mhm.
Last year I did the post game, did the pregame earlier this year. He's fucking oh yeah. What do you think they're gonna win? Do you like Lamar Jackson? And I'm just starting giving what I really think.
Yeah.
Right? Like, yeah, I think it was the higher.
You're doing
I
analysis.
think the offensive coordinator was
Right.
a great hire. It's really make them more. They can
Yeah.
hurt you more ways. And then I start to realize. You remember the scene in Naked Gun where Leslie Nielsen is playing the umpire,
Umpire, yes, he starts
Yes, and he
spinning
gives a
around.
strike.
I love it.
and they go crazy. Then he starts just getting more
Yeah,
demonstrative.
yeah.
Then he starts calling like balls that are strikes, and I'm like, you know what? Actually, I think they should have done this 3 years ago. I think they won a Super Bowl. I think he'd be I think he could be the best player of all time if they let him do. And he keeps, I keep adding more shit. I think they should bring in Kaepernick. He's like, I'm so glad you're saying this. I think they're gonna win by 3 touchdowns tomorrow.
That guy wouldn't put $1,000
Exactly.
on the Ravens.
Right. Yeah. And then he plays his worst game of the season. But like, I swear to God, I'm like, I can say the N-word right now. I think I can. I think we're getting close. Yeah. This guy is so with me.
Don't test the theory.
Thank you. Then he takes a photo with me and he posted the next day. And I didn't realize I was that hammered. I don't look too fucking good. And he says, met one of the Ravens radio hosts last night.
That rules.
Are you awake?
I barely
You were sleeping.
I don't know. But look how happy he was. Look
You
how
just seem-
fucking happy he was.
Speaking of
to see
radio
me.
host, Mr. Hackman, always pleasure to see you, pal. He says, post game, not the same without you.
Yeah,
Oh,
no, I
thank you.
agree that
Thank you,
it
James.
100%.
Yeah,
is
we had a good
not.
time
Hey,
last
I
year.
want to say one thing. Fuck former show announcer Tim.
Yeah.
Fuck him. What a fucking
know.
dick he is.
Yeah,
Okay.
so you alluded to this before we got the show started to kind
Oh
of pull
my
the curtain
God,
back a little
he's
bit.
such a fucking asshole. Okay, so here's the deal. So the other week, which I thought was funny, my friend Vegas, he's made a stock suggestion, and I've been posting the progress of the stock.
The
It's
ticker.
doing all right.
Mhm.
I've been posting the ticker, and Tim goes, "Why are you posting this ticker on here?"
And he's done it like 3 times.
And I go, I'll shut the fuck up. And he goes, "You're blocked for 24 hours." So he blocked me.
Oh, no.
He blocked me for 24 hours for posting that, which
Well,
I
you put $200 bucks into this. It's not like it's like some game changer financially.
right.
Like
I'm
you're
just-
bragging.
right,
You're
right.
up like 18 cents.
right, exactly, right. I just did
Yeah.
it because my friend told
Yeah,
me it was
right.
his company he works for.
This is like when I sold Rob on Sheba.
Right.
If you
So-
put $100 in,
I'm gonna look at my Sheba right now.
you'll buy a house in 10
Yeah,
years.
but
So
didn't
I
happen.
actually thought it was funny that he
You could
blocked me.
attack that dollar menu, though.
Yes.
Now, let me ask you this: do you think you think that it's important to me, the Baltimore Ravens? Do you think they're important to me?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you think
I
I
do.
follow them closely? Do you
Yes,
think
I do.
Do you think I
Second only to the Orioles.
do you think that
Don't
I have my highs and lows really have to do with whether or not they're having success or not?
They are some of your highs and lows are tethered to that team's performance.
Were they
Yes.
playing the biggest game in the history of the franchise?
Yes.
Were they
Yes.
potentially playing the biggest game in the history of the city of
Yes.
Baltimore?
Yes.
Okay. Do I do the pregame for this?
Yes.
They lost. This motherfucker is Rob. How many just
Going on
taunting?
Facebook, taunting
Just
all his friends.
taunting
Our
me.
one friend Ken drove 3 hours with his kid. His kid's like 10 years old to see the game.
Like
Yeah.
one
Basically just-
good-natured jab.
No,
I
no,
get it.
it's
I
not.
know,
non-
if it
Stop.
was that, but if it's just a fucking gauntlet of that
Mhm.
stuff all day long, like there's a darkness in you.
Oh, I'm down 100% on Sheba things.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, it's completely gone.
I'm
Yeah, you got
just-
it when it was
Shit.
high.
Yeah.
Let
Sorry
me see if
about
I
that.
can just give you an
Yeah.
example of some of the things.
If it makes you
that-
feel any
that
better, I've
you-
lost $3,800
No,
the last 2 days in crypto.
Okay, I do feel better.
It's pretty
Thank you.
Maybe this.
God damn you, Ethereum. God damn you.
We're getting there. I'm just going to show you just a couple.
Can I ask you, is there any
Yeah.
point? Because this is not the first Tim talk we've had, and I've always had a
Here's
pleasant
one.
time. Do you at any point cut him off? Like,
Oh, it's I
so
get
Rob
mad
will
at him
block
about
him.
once a week, but he is entertaining.
okay.
So
all right,
here's
good.
one. Thank you, Ravens flock. The Ravens posted out, and he put, "We failed you again." Okay,
If that was it,
Yeah.
No,
No,
there's
yeah.
there's all kinds of them.
Yeah.
Here's what he said to my friend. It's a picture of Ray Lewis, Jonathan Ogden, and Ned Reed. These guys couldn't deliver for Ravens fans yesterday, but they've agreed. I'm sorry, my glasses. They've agreed
to don the red and white pom poms to cheer on the Chiefs.
Yeah.
To another
Right.
Super Bowl
So
title.
he's putting that on fucking Facebook,
All
right?
right.
Okay, so it's by the way, that's just 2 of the I'm not exaggerating.
Countless.
20, oh yeah, non-stop. And I'm like,
You got to kick his ass.
I don't well, I can't. He's too huge.
Super big.
But
What
but
about
at
all
the-
three of
at
us
the end
standing
of
on
the
top of
day,
each other?
it's like, dude,
He also had a bet on 49ers Ravens in the Super Bowl, so he did lose money.
he
Yeah,
also
he lost money.
Yeah.
he's also consistently
And so did I.
calling me evil.
Yes.
No,
Yes.
no, he's a fucking
He also
He
evil.
calls
calls
you
you the-
evil.
He also calls you the MVPOS, most valuable piece of
Yes,
shit,
he does.
which is pretty funny.
MVP.
Which is pretty funny.
MVPOS.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it's clever.
Yes.
But it's dark, but it's clever.
He's very dark. His humor is very dark. He's
No, but I obviously
constantly makes
listen.
fun
I'm
of
telling you
our-
right now, I will obviously bust balls of my
Yeah.
friends. I will
Yeah, we
do
all
that.
do.
But you know,
You do it well.
if you're like, I know something that is important to you, I'll give it a couple minutes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Let's
I'm
see
not
what
going
his
to come in
temperature
with a
is.
fucking
Yeah.
sledgehammer
Yeah, yeah.
2 seconds after it happens.
Like I had a joke at FBX Theater that didn't work. and it didn't work. I'm not going to say in spectacular fashion, but the joke before was great. The joke after worked,
So
but
it
the joke
stood
in the
out
middle,
as not as good.
yes, it stood out pretty glaringly. And afterwards, I'm in a fine mood, and we're all high fiving. It's great. And Scott's laughing. He's congratulating everybody, but he does shoot me this like sly wink, and he said, he was like, the one I hope my son grows up to be gay bit needs some work. We laugh, but but he did what you said. He did the right thing, where he let it sit for a minute or two.
Oh, I got
He
you. Okay.
saw
Got
the mood.
it.
He saw
Got it.
Scott.
Yeah.
Scott did it perfect.
Yes.
And
he was
like,
also right.
He didn't wait
Oh,
till you had just bombed and come up and said, "Hey."
He didn't rush out and say like that was awful. No, he waited. He saw the mood, and I mean what he said. And by the way, that was after heaping on compliments.
Right.
Great set, everything was awesome. And then, hey, you're gonna want to work.
You
want to
work? You want to
because
workshop
I
it
think
right now?
I acknowledged it on air.
You want to workshop it?
Nah, it's long. Shocker, it's long. I get a little bit, I guess, maybe. I want to skip past the Tim shit.
No,
Okay.
we're done with Tim.
Okay, essentially, it's there was. I started off poorly by. You can't accuse people of being homophobic in Dundalk in a city that might have a scoop of it.
Oh yeah, if it's sincere, then yeah.
The joke started off with I had a
Right.
I had a can of liquid death water earlier.
Yes.
Uh,
Familiar with it?
yes, which the original name for it was I swear I'm not gay.
Okay.
Because I mean you see the stuff and it's just like it's too aggressive. As you say, Joe, it's very try hard. And I cycled it into the one bit about the guy that's so not gay. He's willing to blow you to show you how bad he is at it, to prove to you just how not gay he is by badly sucking your dick. And I'm digging in, and it's not.
Was that working? And then you're still trying to.
And I'm like, I'll find another angle at this here, and something, and I could just see it's getting a smattering of laughter, and that's it. Because I do love the concept. I bring up, and I gotta do more research on this thing. But there is
blowing guys
on it. Yes, I gotta do more research. If anybody out there, hey, $50 tier on Patreon, yeah, you get one free beach. That there was a senator from some southern state that passed some anti-gay marriage law or was trying to push it through or something like that. And then 3 weeks later, he's jacking off a teenager in a restaurant. Like they found him 3 weeks later. And my whole thing is like, doth protest too much. Made into, it's like, you are gay. You're a gay man. That's just so shoveling down your tendencies. If you would just open up and just be a gay man, life would be wonderful and you'd be happy. But you're out there to prove to the world, I'm not. Go ahead, give me your balls and ass.
Don't fight it. Fuck it.
That needs to be your next shirt.
Yes.
And it's not going great. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I'm in a part of town that probably has some of these tendencies.
Are you going to abandon it?
No. I'm gonna work on it some.
Carrie Z said I thought it was funny.
Thank you, Carrie. I appreciate that.
She's a big fan.
Snack box tomorrow night, twitch.tv/Justin98Rock. Carrie sent me a box of apparently very strange foreign snacks.
Oh, hell yeah.
I have not opened it.
That's awesome.
It's sitting on my floor. I mean, I haven't even opened the cardboard. I don't know what's in it. I'm going to open it live.
Shit, I forgot something. So I just went to the grocery store and there's this little girl that was trying to get some Takis off of the shelf that was just a little bit too high for her. And they were behind this plexiglass, right?
Yeah.
So I see her trying to get it. So I reach up, I grab the Takis, I hand it to her. She runs over to her mom. Her mom goes, "Put that back."
Really?
What's Taki?
It's a
oh yeah,
it's
like a take a tortilla chip, roll it up,
roll it
into
up,
taquito, and just cover it in like neon.
That old man
levels of
tried to
spice.
give me this.
You're right,
candy.
exactly.
Yeah.
And then I swear to God, she goes, "Put it back." I go, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." I just wheeled to the next aisle.
I have seen kids sitting in the cart and their parents turn their back and I just hand them something.
You just
I didn't do that.
You fucking villain. You absolute villain. But maybe not as much of a villain as our friend Erik Woodworth, that son of a bitch. He might have a plan for you. Here's a little tease from the most recent episode of Dork Dynasty behind the DLP Patreon paywall.
Actually what killed Jeremy. That
party killed his ass.
So
my God.
I plan to come much like the plot of Rocky IV, where Ivan Drago, in this case Joe Robinson, murdered my brother in a game of Dig Dug. I have now decided to come out of retirement and train to return, hopefully, to a future Dave Dennis event on the said machine and
Hell yes.
beat Joe Robinson at his own game.
That's it. Take him down. Honor your brother's legacy with a Robinson defeat.
Ask me how many times I've played Dig Dug before.
How many times have you played Dig Dug before?
Maybe 3 times, and a cumulative total of 30 minutes.
The DLP agenda.
That was a great episode, by the way.
Thank you.
And you also, there was a little more
wrestling.
on the, Eric's point of view on you getting him out of the hot tub, which is particularly juicy story.
Yeah. So here's
Yeah,
the
there's a
thing.
companion
Yeah.
piece to
So-
me getting Eric out of the hot tub.
I swear I thought about this when when I heard that. It's like, okay, if I knew that beating Jeremy in Dig Dug would
Yeah.
kill him.
Yeah.
Okay, I know it.
Would you still have done it?
Would I?
You still have
Would
done
I? Would I throw the game?
That's true. You wouldn't have.
Well,
You have
here's the
pride.
thing. It's
No.
like, I guess I would have, if I knew it was going to kill him, it's definitely going to kill him.
Yeah.
I would have thrown the game. But
Yeah.
if I thought there was a chance, no, I would have fucking won the game.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah,
if I thought there was
sure.
a chance. That's what life is. It's filled with disappointment. Okay. So I'm sorry. You got to, this is what if I lost?
Yeah.
It happens, right? No, I would have tried to win. Now, do I feel guilty? No, I don't. He wasn't
Right.
in great health. That was a lot of it was on him.
Are
Yeah.
you concerned about Eric now coming and righting this wrong and defending the honor of his late great brother
Eric's
and
not.
taking you down in Dig Dug?
I'm not worried about it. It's not going to happen. He's
But
not going
you
to beat
see,
me.
okay, he's got the determination. We've seen Bloodsport. We've seen these movies.
He's stepping
when
up.
someone kills your brother,
Yeah.
you can win the Kumite.
You kill the man that killed your brother. He'll
Yeah.
play it after dipping his hands in glue.
He
and
will.
glass.
He'll do that.
And then
Yeah.
hold the
Yeah.
joystick.
You realize everyone will be rooting for Eric.
Eric. No, I understand.
And
That.
by
I'm
the way,
villain.
what was your Dig Dug high score? Can you remember? Right
I don't. It's up 370 something thousand. It's
Because
up
I
there.
did a memorial Twitch stream, twitch.tv/Justin98Rock.
Mm.
Every Wednesday, 7 p.m. I did a Jeremy Woodworth memorial Dig Dug stream.
Oh, you
and
played Dig Dug?
And I played Dig Dug
Oh, how'd you do?
and told horribly. I actually read tutorials and memos. The deeper you dig and kill the enemy down the lower levels of dirt, you get higher points, blah, blah, blah.
Hey, tell this to Eric,
Oh,
not
yeah.
to Joe.
No, believe me,
I-
I'm very
he
aware
knows.
of how.
Okay.
He's
Robbie,
well
do
aware.
some research. There's some cheating out there, and you'll be able to find it. You need to tell Eric this. Now,
Yeah,
Is this also the first time you've been compared to Ivan Drago?
yeah. No,
Ivan Dragjo.
If he
that would
does,
be a good name. For
Ivan Drag
That's a
Joe.
good name of Joe.
Blonde
A
flat
Russian
top,
in drag.
sundress
Ivan
on,
Drag Joe.
in drag.
Oh, it's a
Ivan
good
Drag
Drag
Show.
Joe.
That should be a great
Ivan
drag
Drag Show in all Russia.
Yes.
Big tits and boxing gloves.
Okay.
Oh, that might be a show title.
That
Ivan Drag
is a
Show.
show title.
So I was on the podcast with Jeremy and with Eric, and we did Rocky 4.
Do you know I have a
Yes.
place where we can take your Dig Dug machine and put it in a ring?
yes,
Actual
yes.
boxing ring.
Can we do it in Russia?
Oh God, the flights.
We have to do it in Russia. I'm running
All right.
up. I'm running up the
Hey,
hill.
We're doing a montage
Yes.
of you guys
Uh,
working out.
Eric's out there
in
with the
snow.
wooden yoke.
Yeah.
He's out there lifting the.
He's literally runs
yeah.
up a mountain.
What's that
in that.
horrible song they're playing in that?
God,
Robbie?
I can't
What is it?
remember. I can hear it in my head. I don't know the
Getting
name of
jiggy
it.
with it.
Yeah,
That's exactly what it was. Yes.
So there's 3 montages.
It was pig.
Yes.
There's
Yeah.
3 montages. Okay, here's the thing. So you guys know that Roadhouse.
Max says
might,
we can do it in Moscow, Idaho.
Not
Done.
bad.
Roadhouse might be my favorite movie of
Hell
all
yeah.
time, but Rocky 4, it is
Yeah.
way
Rocky
up there.
4 is
Love it.
It is
fucking
way up
excellent.
there. It is so fucking ridiculous.
Do you
And
like how they tied the new films to that film? The most recent where they had the
the
Creeds?
Creed? Yeah, where they bring in his kid.
They
and
bring in
yeah,
Ivan
yeah.
Drago's kid and like
Yeah.
a disgraced Ivan Drago. I kind of like that plot line. Like you went home and were a hero,
Wait a minute.
and my countrymen turned their back on me.
Are we saying that in 10 years from now, Joe's son's going to take on
Yeah,
Eric's daughter?
that's right. Yeah, no. Joey will
Joey
take
versus
on.
Susie?
Yeah. Susie.
James will just get
James versus Jane.
yeah James versus Jane.
Yeah, but I remember in the Rocky 4, they had the one montage where he had to flip the tires and he had he had to do his pull-ups in a barn or whatever and
Yeah.
all that stuff.
That's the
And
best
then
place for pull
Ivan Drago had all the computers; they were the
course.
size of
He was hooked
rooms.
up
And
and
he was
all
hooked up
that.
there.
That's
And
you
then-
in this.
But then remember, then you see he's doing steroids.
It shook the needles going into him. Like,
And you're like,
whoa.
okay, maybe he has all the technology,
What's this
but there's
dig-
no way he could beat an American without cheating.
What's the Dig Dug equivalency for steroids? What would you? because we need to get
I
you
did
on
the Game Genie.
You're on the
Oh,
Olympic.
yeah. We got to get you. God, good pull. Game Genie's it. Game Genie's onesie. That's the trend.
The Game Genie is how I saw the end of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle game.
On the Nintendo, when you had to go through the sewers and the underwater level with the fucking
Finally.
horrible kelp, the electric kelp.
You had to
that
fight
would
those
kill you.
two things, and then you got past them, and then you had to fight Shredder.
It
I
was
go, wait a
awful.
second.
Awful.
I got nothing left.
I think we got
Yeah.
ourselves another live DLP. I have a feeling
all
we'll
right.
probably do it at Dave Dennis's place again.
Probably. We got to give him a chance though. It's some time to really get.
We got to let him train. I'm thinking
Next
a
week?
summertime event. Okay, so next week, early February, I say maybe a summertime something. We do
All
it.
right.
We put together a little boxing.
All
Now
right.
the boxing ring that I know of is in Timonium.
I
Eric,
love it that it's in a ring. I
in
mean,
actual.
Can
I
we
love-
plug it in? We have
I,
enough
yeah,
cord?
easy. Just an
Okay.
extension cord.
Yeah.
Like I love Dave Dennis's place, but I also love the thought of all of us getting together at either in Timonium or MCW at Joppa. We have
and we
walkouts.
sell tickets.
We
there's
sell-
1,000 people there.
Oh my
Bank.
God.
They put it up on the screen.
CFG Bank Arena. Shit, man.
We
On
should
an
put that
off
put a
night.
whole card together.
Randolph, will you sponsor this?
Yeah.
Please.
Put a whole card together.
Yeah.
I come out living
know what?
in America. I'm in a fucking Uncle
Are you gonna
Sam
wear
outfit.
boxing shorts?
Yeah,
and a
boxing
robe?
shorts, robe. I'm dancing. I get killed.
And then you kill another Woodworth brother. Yeah. Just the scourge
Okay.
of the fucking
All right.
Woodworths. Rob's idea of an undercard is good too.
Yeah.
What's a game you would say you're good at? Anything in particular?
You can play Katie, by the way. Katie.
Katie's
yeah.
got your video game systems that
Yeah.
you got to get into.
think what you're
I
good
can
at-
play her in FIFA or something.
Well, she's gonna have to do some practicing.
I'll play her in
Okay.
a golf game.
Okay, play
Yeah.
some Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
I'll
yeah.
take on Brittany
Or
or
a golden
Mario
tee.
Kart.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Right.
I've got a golden tee.
Okay.
I'll bring that son of a bitch up
Right.
there. I got a truck to load it up. They're pretty light.
Yeah.
I'm liking this, man. Like, what was that? Oh my God, we
It's
just
a-
call it The Wizard 2. Remember the old Fred Savage
So
film?
we're all having no, I don't. But
What
we're
was
all,
that? Tell
We're
me
all
about
having theme songs and we're walking out to shit.
Oh
Yeah.
no, the video game movie with Fred Savage where he took his autistic brother to the
remember.
world video game
And
championships.
his autistic brother was like, what's his name from Rain Man? And
Yes, it was Child Rain Man.
Uh-huh.
It was an hour and a half long commercial for Super Mario Brothers 3, which no one had ever seen. This kid never played the game.
Yeah.
He-
Ba-dum-bum.
He immediately knows all the secrets, all the warp pipes, how to get through. But
Right.
it was like a cross country trip, and it was a huge video game competition. It's where they introduced the Power Glove. Oh shit! Watch The Wizard.
Okay.
You want some 80s cringe? The Wizard.
The shit has legs. Brittany says she has 4 acres. We could put a ring in there out in her yard or field there.
Oh yeah, I'll eat your ass in Mario Kart too.
We've got,
I think I might have said that wrong.
yeah.
Beat. I got it.
Beat.
Jeremy
Beat.
says
Oops.
GoldenEye, ET, and Atari. We
Fuck
could
that.
put together. Now, are we like 2 different teams? Like, like a swim meet or a
Gold
golf
League,
meet?
Blue
We're
League.
Like, we're like if you beat somebody in something and I beat somebody and we're on the same team. We
Oh,
get
I
points, or
gotcha.
Is it like
points?
Is it DLP against? Is that how
Oh,
it works?
I don't
right?
know.
Am I
Do we
against
do
Katie?
DLP versus the agenda?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we have a crew in here. Do we put together a
We
super
get Tommy
group of
and
people?
Eric. Do we get Carlheim?
Okay,
Yeah, well,
Carl
that's
Heim,
playing Ninja.
they're on our side.
Whatever, Ninja
Carl Heim
grocery
is fucking
shopping.
Yes.
hours.
Anybody on
Yeah.
our network?
Yeah.
Anybody in
Yeah.
the network?
Robbie,
Anybody's
you
ever
got any
caught a
games? You
check?
got any skills? Pussy is
I
a
haven't
pussy eating
played-
game.
I haven't touched
So,
a video
Robbie
game in
and
a
I-
long
Cunnilingus of duty.
Robbie and I, we had the Atari 2600. We
Yeah,
had the
the-
first system that you really
Apple butter
could
2600.
ever. I mean, there was one before that. I don't know.
You had to
about
put
it, right?
kerosene in it.
Is there a Tammy
And-
Reinhardt
And
game?
I remember Robbie. I was better than Robbie at most games.
Yeah.
But one game Robbie was pretty good at was a game called Kaboom. Are you familiar with Kaboom?
No, I
Robbie?
did not know
Okay.
Kaboom.
Yes.
Kaboom was played with you had a joystick with the Atari, but then you also had
More
to play,
rotational
right to
knob.
play the driving
Yeah.
game.
Arkanoid did that too. Yeah.
Yeah, and Kaboom was a game. It was an Activision game,
Mhm.
and there was a
Nice.
guy that stood at the top of a brick wall and he dropped bombs.
I remember that. yeah.
Eventually, it got so fucking fast that they were just
Yes.
just going down and catching
And you had
them.
to defend the
Yeah.
abortion clinic.
And it's exactly right. And I do remember Robbie being pretty fucking good at Kaboom.
That'll get us
So
some
Robbie, can you
sponsors.
practice up and you'll play that again?
Yeah, Robbie, get on your
Yeah.
Kaboom.
Yeah.
Your Kaboom
I just
machine
gotta
at home.
find an Atari.
Can
Yeah.
we break into the Smithsonian and
Yes.
get a Kaboom arcade
Yeah, that's
machine?
the
All right,
thing. In order-
I do love this idea. Now, I
I love
also want to revisit last week's the Bake Off.
Oh, none of us made shit.
No.
No, we have to pick something.
No. I think this is how
Blueberry
we should
muffins,
do
I
it. I
thought,
think
yeah.
this is how we should do it. And maybe Robbie, you can help Katie decide. We pick a day, a Tuesday before the podcast.
Okay.
2 p.m., 3 p.m., whatever. Where Katie conference calls us all and says, all right, you're making X. And then we have, nothing that we don't need to buy a pasta machine or nothing like that. But
I go to Giant, you
right,
go to Growl,
right. Yeah,
you
exactly.
go to, and we
maybe already have the basics, flour and sugar and shit or something.
Yeah.
Who knows if it's fucking sweet or savory. And then we make it. We show up on honor system. We make it in our own kitchen.
Yeah.
And then
you're gonna know. You're gonna know that I didn't.
But dude, you said something so funny last week. We were talking about this. Like, you'll know I cheated if it's edible.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Robbie comes in. It's a perfectly baked souffle.
So
I told Mudge about
Robbie's
this.
going to help decide what it is.
She walked out of the room with disgust.
I
was like, the guys had a great idea. They were just quizzing each other out.
I don't
casually.
think it's funny to mess with baking.
Just like the gist was when I brought up that I live with a baker and I see her every day, every night, sourdough, muffins, cakes, cookies.
Do you take any of it in?
No, I just wait to eat it. I don't give a
You're
shit.
ignoring her.
Yeah,
apparently it broke Brittany's heart that we talked about putting water in a pasta sauce. Well, all right.
Weird.
Sorry.
An Italian fired up about Italian food.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, anyways, by the way, pizza.
But no, but I let's figure. Seriously, we should do this. We got to figure out a day where we have the afternoon to focus on it.
Okay.
I like it. Just text us at like noon.
Yeah.
Send it at noon. Couple hours.
No, it needs to be video. Katie needs to call us on a conference. We need to get this. It needs to be something that we can record. Maybe we need another person to help with that. We have to record the shit on our own.
Okay.
Sort of like just on our phone. All right. I think I need this, this, and this. Just some basic shit. Maybe we're
run to the store real quick. Come back.
Right. All right. I bought this and this.
Because Katie can actually
talk out loud.
Katie can actually video me just going to the store trying to find the stuff. Yeah.
Right. And just honor system, we don't know, no measuring, no nothing, nothing. We just got to like, all right.
We can't look it up. We just have. Now we can do more than one attempt.
Like I'm good at rice.
Yeah.
Well, we're not going to be able to do more than one attempt.
Well, we need to have enough time so we can have some trial.
If I know by 2.
So you're all cooking the same thing.
The same thing.
Yeah, we're on the air by 7.
Simple.
I mean, it's 5 hours. I'm not going to.
No, most things don't take that long.
And we should also do effort on our end as Katie films him, we film each other.
Absolutely.
And this is going to be a YouTube montage of us being like, all right,
YouTube, TikTok.
I'm making muffin batter.
Yeah.
1 cup water, 1 cup flour. Fuck, I don't know.
Right. And then we're just get shit on by Brittany in the fucking area.
All right.
And Shoemake probably is a chef, that motherfucker.
Well, consider it done.
All right.
Raven Chef says if you're winging it, please just do savory instead of like something baked. I think that's part of it is the hilarity of attempting a baked good.
Yeah.
Because if you
you're not gonna poison anybody with a
right. We
baked
know
good.
what's in it. It might suck, but you know that you'll be able to
hard as a rock.
Yeah. Right. It might be. Is this supposed to be a scone? No. Right.
Do you remember we did in the early days of JSS in the old original studio, the JSS cat food cooking challenge, where we tried to disguise cat food into something edible.
Soft cat food?
Soft cat food.
Oh my God.
Fucking vile. Okay. So I attempted to make soft tacos. And I mean, I poured so much seasoning, sour cream, lettuce, everything, and nothing gets rid of the smell of cat food. Nothing. And I think Scott tried to make some burger patty.
Oh, God.
And he made him like real thin with a ton of cheese. Like really tried. Really tried.
Do you just put a hint of it in there or you got to put a certain amount in there?
Just any amount's got to be kept.
Okay.
We got to do that instead.
Josh,
no, we're not doing
Josh
that.
comes in. He calls his thing. I don't know why. He's never explained it. But he called it his Cadillac surprise. It had nothing to do with Cadillacs. There was no surprise. We knew exactly what was in it. It was a loaf of bread tray, one of those deep trays that a loaf of bread would rise in. And he filled it with about 9 cans of cat food.
Vomit.
He took one frozen barbecue chicken wing and just shoved it in there and then baked it.
Gorgeous.
Stunk his fucking house up.
Did you
for
taste
days.
it?
No.
Oh,
we
my
refused.
God.
We
Oh.
refused. He's like, oh, so you won't try my dish?
Oh,
No,
my
So
God.
can we beat that? Can we make something
it's
better
a
than that?
trough of cat food.
So I don't know if Robbie's going to remember this, but my mother, when she was still alive, used to babysit. She babysat a girl named Whitney, and she babysat a boy named Jeffrey. Do you remember Jeffrey, Robbie?
Yes, I do.
And we had a dog, and I remember Robbie and I used to feed Jeffrey dog food. We would just give this kid.
How old was Jeffrey?
We abused. He was like 3 years old, 4 years old.
Jesus Christ.
Correction, dog treat.
MVPOS. MVPOS.
His last name Dahmer.
Dahmer, yes.
Yeah, I remember because he loved to eat. And I go, hey, I wonder if he'll eat this. And I picked up one of the little dog treats and I gave it to him.
Yeah.
And he just fucking ate
Ate
it.
it right
How
up.
old were you?
Yeah. I was probably 12.
23.
Yeah, no, I wasn't. I was
You're-
abusing
you're
this
old,
kid.
yeah,
For
exactly.
sure. I don't know what the statute of limitations is on that, but he was definitely abused.
Is this where you started being good with kids? Is that where it
Yes,
started,
that's
Joe?
right.
I did.
Here,
I
eat
did.
this, you little shit.
I gave Evan a jalapeno when he was like 1. Like just a diced one, like just a disc of one, and
On
gave it to him.
purpose?
Oh yeah,
Was he
100%.
to reward him or punish
How did
him?
he?
Punish someone else.
How do you handle it?
Not
Punish
great.
someone
Oh,
else.
Not great.
I can watch those videos of them giving babies lemons.
Babies
all
lemons
day.
all day.
Okay,
dude.
that's cute. The
that
burning
shit
there.
rules.
Oh, here's a ghost pepper.
Yeah, here you go. Here's
Hey, you want to go on hot ones?
Yeah.
You're 4.
Hey, try this new Gerber Carolina Reaper. It's just this violently blood
Tonight-
red jar.
Tenacious D and Evan Schlegel.
Yeah.
So, Evan, I heard you won a jiu-jitsu match.
She's screaming.
Tell us about your upcoming second grade.
She shits himself to death. Oh my God, we're not going to get better than that, Joe. Pop up the dates we got coming up with February 10th, Bright Box, February 13th, The Improv, February 14th, Magoobies, DieLaughingProductions.com. This is our Valentine's Day murder mystery. 2 shows at the Bright Box, 1 Improv, 1 at Magoobies.
Yep.
I hope you can make it to as many as you possibly can. New episode of Dork Dynasty's up. New
It's a
Laughs
great
Count.
episode.
Thank you. New Laughs Count Anywhere's up.
Yep, great episode. There's a DLP. There are our own bonuses up. A lot of stuff in the last week on the Patreon.
Yeah, we're back on track.
Yep, that's it, guys.
See
Good
ya.
night.
Later.